The KPI calculator is spot on. Like when we've spent what we've spent, we've got what we've gotten, you know. I think the first day we pushed live on ads, I think, yeah, we got 5.5% on the first day, or 5.5 ROAS on the first day, 8.2 on the second day, 5.3 on the fourth day, 20.1 on the, like it just went wild as soon as we set the ads live.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the post-purchase, that's definitely when it went boom, 42% up on last year, which is pretty cool. And yeah, I think like 25% up on last month.
Yeah, I mean, last month was probably one of our biggest months, and that's usually like our quietest month. Like, so we're excited about what, you know, what sort of numbers we'll start doing sort of September, October, November, when things really do start kicking in for us. And that's always the busiest time anyway. So yeah.
March was like a Christmas for us. I think we've done the course like 10 times now. Like every single month we learn something. Emma and I, it's like this. We get really excited, then we get really scared, and then we get really excited again. It's like every month we're like, oh, like amazing, this is our plan for the month, and then it's not working, and then it just kicks at the end.
Just having that predictability, which you just never would think. Like, you know, you're always having to, I mean, we'd love to be in a situation where we would have all the budget in the world, but you do really have to be very, you know, thoughtful around your budget, and just to be able to have that consistency and be like, okay, well, if we do spend that $1, you get $4 return, and just to be even thinking like that, because I think previously, you know, you'd just be throwing the money and hoping it would catch, but very much so now you have that predictability, which I think is great. We've worked with agencies previously and probably, yeah, given them a little bit too much free rein, and I don't think they really understood our company enough and our business and our unique selling proposition, our products and all the rest. So yeah, I think, you know, yeah, we needed to take back control. You know, you've got the agencies telling you that you need to be doing Facebook ads, Pinterest ads, Google ads, all the rest, and you kind of just hand it over to them, don't you? And I suppose they have their way of doing things, and probably not as invested in the brand and understanding the brand and our products as well as they could have. So you know, but I was so time poor at that stage that it was just kind of like, okay, well, if you say everything's going okay, then I'm going to believe you. But really looking at the sales and all the rest on our online store, it just didn't really match up or make sense, I suppose.
I've worked in an agency before, and it is time poor business owners. It's small business owners that are time poor and don't have the knowledge.
Absolutely.
Personally, and you know, as an past account manager, you're stuck with 12 clients that you're just trying to pump, and you know nothing about their business. It's a monthly catch up about what's going on next month, and you're just doing your best to communicate that. You're not living and breathing the brand. So I think that's the flaw in agency, personally. Like I still think they try their best, but they just don't have an understanding of the products and the service and the outcomes. So I think the reporting tools definitely are a flaw in agency land. They can definitely paint a pretty picture that doesn't really show in the results. There's just not that collective effort going towards a certain goal. Like, you know, everyone's trying to hit their KPIs, but there's just a little bit of mix match. And I feel like no one works as hard as us.
You always look at marketing as just being something you would just not be good at because you're the brand owner and you're the one who is making the product. But obviously you're the first one that would be the one who knows how to market your product. But yeah, I think you just feel a bit scared about doing it. You feel like you don't have the time to do it, or the resources. And yeah, so you just outsource it to an expert that's going to help fix everything. And it usually doesn't work. I had an experience where we invested quite heavily in a website. We've since moved on from that website, but pretty much gave full rein to agency to develop this website, paid a lot of money. It wasn't the best result. And I think through that experience, we just realized that I want to know things myself before just outsourcing it to people. And I think, like, you know, you can sit there as a business owner and be like, I don't understand. But really you do understand your business best. So I never wanted to be in that position again where I was just handing something over that I didn't understand myself. So then from there, when your course was presented to us, I thought, well, this is a really good opportunity to understand, I think firstly Facebook ads, but not really realizing that actually we were going to learn so much more, and Facebook ads was probably just the tool for us to be able to really understand what our offering was to our customer, who our customer was. And I mean, for any business owner, I think that's probably more important, understanding those bigger concepts rather than just, you know, how to put together a Facebook ad and all of that. I mean, that comes with the course, but it's just those bigger sort of learnings, I think, that you know, I'll take away as probably the best part of the course. I suppose as a product-based business as well, we've previously had our online as like an afterthought almost, while we're, you know, chasing the retailers and, you know, doing the shop fronts and everything else. But I think it's really clear in my mind now that you have to get your online right, and you have to be like doing something like what we're doing, understanding what makes a customer, you know, part with their cash and become a lifelong customer for you. And then everything else will fall in place. So your online is the most important part of your business. And I do think, like, you know, it sounds really straightforward now to be talking like that, but it's only through a lot of, thinking in the last few months, which I think the course has contributed to really, firm up that that's actually so fundamental, a fundamental part of our business and how we were going to grow the most.
I think what surprised us most was the trust we should put in ourselves. Like, I think I personally had a lot of doubt at the start. But yeah, I think it's given us the confidence. Like, and when I say doubt, I mean, like, you know, I'm working solo here with Emma. This is a lot. Like, there's a lot to do by yourself. You know, they have 10 people in a marketing team doing what we're doing, and I think we implement it just as well. So I think there was a lot of self-doubt at the start, but I think it's given us the confidence and the foundation to, do it internally. I think Emma and I have a lot of fun. We like just laugh and laugh and laugh because we're like, how is this working? Like, we actually just laugh. Like, it's just so funny. Like, we're just like, this is so cool. Then you just get the trust in yourself, you know. Like, I just think we laugh at ourselves because we're like, wow, we can do it. That's been the most surprising thing for me anyway. Like, I've just been blown away.
Yeah, and I think it's also surprising that you do have the time to do it. Like, I think that's the most like, you get overwhelmed thinking, oh my goodness, because, you know, we're doing everything, doing so many parts of the business, and then the sort of then taking on another, you know, another course and having to implement something new. But you realize, like, it just helps you, like, the return on that investment of those few hours is just huge. And then it's just almost like it means you just start using your time so much more effectively as well. And also, I suppose it's great having that cash flow to be able to work off that now. And I mean, that's the beauty of online. Again, it just comes to you instantly. And then being able to then use that to then invest in ads or invest in other parts of the business where you're just able to just you can see how it can just keep growing. I think also, like, you just have to look at, like, your marketing holistically. And I think that's what the course, I really appreciate that it is looking at it holistically and understanding, you know, sort of like that real core, what is your offering? What is your master headline? And then you can implement it in, you know, yes, there's a lot of concentration on Facebook, but you could just as easily do it in any other marketing platform.
I think it just gave us a really good format, a formula. Like, we were doing so much all at once. And I think, you know, to schedule out your time in a day was really difficult before, whether now it has a lot of structure, which I find really helpful. Like, it honestly has changed the way I've been doing marketing for years, and it's changed the whole way I think about marketing. So I think every single part of the course is valuable. One part that shines more than the other. Like it's all goes hand in hand.
I mean, I was skeptical to be, you'd have to be skeptical, you know, being, and you do get offered a lot of different courses, a lot of different, you know, solutions that are going to, you know, help your business. I suppose, you know, when I was talking to you guys about signing up for the program, what gave me confidence was just starting, you were showing me the sort of the compass and things like that, that really the numbers were there. It's the real deal. There is, yeah. I think, you know, just looking at it through the metrics that were presented, everything like that, like the spreadsheets, whatever.
Like I said, we've listened to the course a million times, and you know, we get a little nugget everywhere, you know, every time you listen to it. So
yeah,
I would say just do it. I've already told all my friends that own small businesses, I'm like, do it. I just think Emma and I have changed so much in the past 6 months. Like it has changed us, I think personally and professionally, as like a relationship, and you know, for the business. Like I think we're working better together. Like I think if you're just starting out, or if you're a, you know, an old business that needs a refresh, like this is the perfect place. So yeah, I think having the control and the confidence to execute this is been phenomenal.
Yeah. And I suppose, you know, at the moment, like we're all going through pretty difficult economic times. And I suppose that's also another thing to consider. And I assume a lot of small businesses would be considering like, really, you know, is this where I should be putting my money? But I think like at least we've just shown in the last few months, like despite, you know, you've got so many other people saying how difficult things are, and particularly online, how everything's drying up, and we're seeing, you know, the total opposite. So I think it is almost recession proof. Like it does have that potential to still, you know, really shine when things are quite tough. And yeah, I suppose that's the most exciting part. It still gives me a buzz when you see you've got all these customers who love your product, and you know, I'll never not love that part. That's the best part, knowing that you've got people, I mean, for us, using our soap in their bathrooms, and you know, lifelong customers as well. It's just pure excitement. Yeah.